Welcome to Age of Glory channel. Today, we journey back to the epic showdown that reshaped two empires, the Battle of Nineveh. To set the stage, let's look at the origins of the epic conflict between the Byzantine and Sasanian empires. The Battle of Nineveh was the climax of a war that had raged for over 2 decades, starting in 602 AD. What factors pushed these two exhausted powers into such a prolonged and devastating war?
The roots of this conflict are deeply intertwined with both imperial ambition and personal revenge. Khosrow II, the Persian king, used the assassination of his ally Maurice, the former Byzantine emperor, as a pretext to invade. The resulting war was marked by shifting fronts across the Levant, Anatolia, and even Egypt, with both empires pouring their resources into a seemingly endless struggle.
It's fascinating how the death of one emperor set off such a catastrophic chain of events. Beyond political motives, were there other sources of tension that fueled this rivalry and kept the war going for so long?
Absolutely. Religion played a significant role. The Byzantines were Christian, while the Sasanians followed Zoroastrianism. When the Persians sacked Jerusalem in 614 and seized the True Cross, it enraged Christendom and deepened the desire for retribution. This religious rivalry, combined with imperial ambitions, made compromise nearly impossible.
Moving into the lead-up to the battle, Heraclius took a dramatic gamble by launching a winter campaign deep into Persian territory in 627 AD. This was an unusual and highly risky strategy for a Byzantine emperor. What made him confident enough to attempt such a maneuver?
Heraclius recognized that both empires were exhausted, but he had spent years reorganizing and revitalizing his army. He also forged crucial alliances with the Gukturks and Christian Armenians, which initially bolstered his forces. Even after the Gukturks withdrew, Heraclius pressed on, determined to force a decisive showdown that could end the seemingly endless war.
That determination really shaped the outcome. Khosrow II, on the other hand, refused to face Heraclius in person and instead sent his general Razates. How did that decision affect Persian morale and the dynamics on the battlefield?
Khosrow's absence was a significant blow to Persian morale. Razates was a capable commander, but without the king's direct leadership, the Persian troops lacked unity and purpose. This division played directly into Heraclius's hands and set the stage for the pivotal encounter near Nineveh.
Let's dive into the battle itself. The confrontation at Nineveh unfolded under heavy fog on December 12, 627 AD. Heraclius executed a feigned retreat to lure Razates into open terrain. How did these tactical choices shape the outcome of the battle?
The use of the fog was a masterstroke. Heraclius's troops, though outnumbered, were highly disciplined and mobile, which allowed them to exploit the Persians' confusion. By pretending to withdraw, the Byzantines drew Razates into a vulnerable position, then launched a sudden and devastating counterattack that shattered the Persian lines.
It's remarkable how Heraclius turned the odds in his favor despite being outnumbered. The death of Razates was a critical moment. What impact did his loss have on the Persian army and the final outcome of the battle?
Razates' fall was catastrophic for the Persians. Once their general was slain, panic swept through the ranks, and the army collapsed. The day ended in a decisive Byzantine victory, effectively breaking the Sasanian military's backbone and opening the path for Heraclius to advance unopposed.
The aftermath of Nineveh had far-reaching consequences. Heraclius recovered the True Cross and even sacked Dastagerd, Khosrow's palace. Yet, despite this triumph, both empires were left shattered. How did this Pyrrhic victory shape the region's future?
While Heraclius was celebrated as a savior of Christendom, both the Byzantine and Sasanian states were economically and militarily depleted. The Persian nobility turned on Khosrow II, who was soon deposed and killed by his own son. This chaos created a power vacuum that would soon be filled by the meteoric rise of Islamic Arab forces.
It's striking how quickly history shifted after the battle. Within just a few years, the Rashidun Caliphate emerged, sweeping away centuries of imperial rivalry. Would you say that Nineveh was the true end of the classical era in the Middle East?
Absolutely. The Battle of Nineveh truly marked a turning point. It ended the age-old struggle between Byzantium and Persia, but more importantly, it paved the way for the rise of Islamic civilization. The landscape of the Middle East was forever changed in the wake of this epic clash. Thanks for listening to Age of Glory. If you love history, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, stay curious and stay glorious.